Hey guys, it's Lainey, and today I'm doing a non-spoiler book review. Today's book review is going to be on The Girl Who Ignored Ghosts by Casey Tansley. This is the first book in a new series. I was sent this book from the publisher to give an honest review of it. I rated this book a 3.5 out of 5, and I really did enjoy it. The summary is a mouthful, like I won't lie. When I was reading the summary, seeing if I would like it, I was like, there's so much going on here. The story follows a girl named Kat. Ever since she was a little girl, she has been able to see ghosts. After a near possession, when she was 9, she was told she had to stop believing in ghosts. And so she does. Now that she's 17, she is working on a college credit course researching over 100-year curse surrounding a family where the firstborn son dies on his honeymoon or around the time that he's 23 years old. Kat has to confront her ghosts, as well as she learns that these ghosts have to do with her past. Furthermore, there's also time travel in this book where Kat and one of the student leaders of the project that they're working on, they get sent back in time to where the curse started at a wedding. They are put into the bodies of 2 of the guests where they have to observe and figure out how this curse came to be and how they can break it before the current heir of this family dies. So that is the summary of the book, and I have to say I decided to start this book at 12 a.m. because I thought I'm gonna read a couple pages before I go to sleep, before I have to get up to work in the morning. And on page 3, the thing that freaks me out the most is possession and ghosts, and those kind of movies are like the most terrifying movies to me, like Insidious. Don't talk to me about it because it freaks me out. On page 3, Kat was reflecting back on when she was nearly possessed by a ghost. The way that Casey Tansley described the ghost with it just freaked me out too much, and I'm like, I'm going to bed right now. So do not start this book at 12 in the morning because you will. I got freaked out. But I also liked the fact that this paranormal book is more based on the paranormal than it is like the romance, because I feel like paranormal romance has like the vampires, has the werewolves, has the demons and the angels, but this was specifically with ghosts and ghost stories and urban legends, and I loved that because that's what freaks me out the most. I also really liked that Casey Tansley made her own lore with the ghosts, because I feel like sometimes ghosts are very straightforward, spirits, souls and everything, but she put a really cool spin on the ghost lore where when a person dies, their soul is released. However, part of their soul stays behind, and that is what makes a ghost, with the memories of the ghosts used to have in their original life, etc., etc. I liked that. That made complete sense in my head. My biggest problem with this book was the fact that Kat is told to stop believing in ghosts. She knows they exist, but she's told to stop believing in them, and I didn't really exactly buy that, mainly because even in her inner prose, because we're in her head most of the story, that she would mention ghosts and stuff and how she can't believe in them. To me, if you know something exists, if I know that tomato is red, right, I can't make myself believe that the tomato is blue. I think there would have been a better way, maybe for the author, could have explained better for the story, somehow, for the plot, that she stopped seeing them. And I just don't think the not believing in them worked that well for me, because I kept thinking to myself that is impossible. She knows they exist. She can't just stop believing in them and still mention them. So the tone of the story really reminded me of like a New England Gothic horror story. I really love when stories take on that kind of Gothic, scary tone. I seriously felt like I was reading an urban legend. I loved it when Evan and Kat traveled back in time to experience how the curse came to be. And they're all connected in some way, which I thought was a really cool thing. Even if it was a little convenient, it is a ghost story, so I felt like it worked well with this kind of framework. And the fact that the story had an actual mystery storyline where you were trying to figure out how everything connected, how everybody knew everybody, how the curse happened, who was the one that originally put the curse on everybody, who killed the bride and groom on their wedding night. It was like the board game Clue. Some things that were in this story that kind of prevented me from rating it higher is that I felt like the end was extremely rushed for kind of the story it was trying to tell. This book itself is pretty thin. I think it could have added a little bit more if the ending wasn't as rushed, at least as what I thought it was. Also, when it came to the characters, I really liked the characters that were introduced in the 19th century in The Wedding, the past characters from the past versus the modern kids, which I felt like I didn't really connect with any of them throughout the entire story. Even Kat, I felt like she was just a little bit of a distance away from me to the point where I didn't feel extremely attached to her, where I felt like I should have been. However, there's going to be more books in this series, so I'm very excited to take this journey with her. I feel like how the ending of this book ended, which set it up for the second novel, is that I'm kind of excited to see where she goes and how I feel about her in future books. Overall, I really did enjoy this book. I really liked how it's something that I haven't read pretty much all year. So that's it for my book review for The Girl Who Ignored Ghosts. If you guys are thinking about checking this out, make sure you comment down below and let me know if you are. Hope you guys have a really great day, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!